Direct from Foxborough, Massachusetts, the gem of Norfolk County, and taped at the studios of Foxborough Cable Access. It's Foxborough Central, and here's your host, Bob Hickey.
Thank you so much. You heard the man. I am Bob Hickey. Thank you for joining me and my guests as we talk about the people, events, and organizations that make Foxborough truly the gem of Norfolk County. Now, in the holiday season, we are blessed to have so many community groups and wonderful opportunities to go see, do, listen, play with, party with, be entertained by, and commune with. So we are here in the vestry of St. Mark's Church, a wonderful institution here in Foxborough, next door to the Foxborough High School, of course. We all know where it is. But did you know that the Neponset Choral Society practices here and also holds their performances here every year? And we are very excited to be hosting the Choral Society this December for their Celebrate the Season, what do you call this?
Winter program.
Winter program.
Yeah.
So we are having the winter program, and I'm honored to be joined by Chris Martin. Chris is the director of the Celebrate the Season, correct?
Yes, yep. I'm the artistic director for the Neponset Choral Society, and this is my 5th year. Yeah.
5th year.
Yep.
Fantastic. Now, I went last year and I saw the show, and it was a wonderful show, and it was inspiring, and it was amazing how I'm just a plebeian when it comes to this sort of thing, but I really enjoyed the way everything blended, but also you had different styles, and everything was just so professionally done. So tell us a little bit about how you came to be part of the Neponset Choral Society and where we're at.
Oh, so I actually started with the Neponset Choral Society back in 2008 when I was hired as a soloist for their Foray Requiem. And then when the artistic director at the time took a leave of absence, I was contacted to see if I'd be interested to joining them for that season, and I did, and it was wonderful. And then when the opportunity arose to join them full time, I was right on board.
Fantastic.
And it's been wonderful.
So you've done this now for 5 years, or?
Yeah, this is my 10th concert season with them.
Wow.
So it's been wonderful.
Okay, and so in this time, everything's always gone well, no challenges, everything's just been...
Oh, of course. It always goes perfectly smoothly every time. What's great is that we have a lot of fun. So even when things get challenging or we're faced with a little bit of adversity, we just keep pushing through and we make sure we're laughing the whole time, or else we're not going to get through it. So we have a lot of fun.
And my understanding is that you have absolutely no need of anybody else to ever join the society, that you're all filled up and that you've got no room for anybody. Is that correct?
Oh, that is 100% false. We will gladly take more members. We love having people join us. Each season we get about 4 or 5 new people that join us, and we're always looking to grow and have more people join the fun.
Thank you so much. And of course, we're here because we're talking about Celebrate the Season. It's going to be held at St. Mark's Episcopal Church, again on South Street next door to the high school. I'm going to go through the details now. It's on Saturday, December 9th. That's a 7:30 in the evening showing here at St. Mark's. And also on Sunday, they have a 2:30 showing, Sunday, December 10th. And there is a cost. It is $20 per ticket. However, if you get your tickets in advance, you can get the $2 discount, so that's only $18. Check them out at www.ncschorus, that's ncschorus.org, or you can look on Eventbrite and find tickets there. You can get the tickets through their website, click the button, it's easy to find. Also, Carol Guild, who's one of their wonderful people here, she has a telephone number, 508-404-4753, and you can call her up if you'd like more details or to order tickets that way. So, you say that you need a few more members. Let's talk to somebody who has been around for a bit, shall we?
We shall.
All right, so of course that would be Bob McGregor. Bob, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Bob.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time to join us and our merry crew here. And so you were just sharing with me before the cameras went on that you not only know the history of this organization, but have been a past president a couple times, and you like to sing, I gather.
Love to sing, and I love having Chris and Linda as our artistic director and assistant director. It's just a ball of fun. We have a great time every rehearsal. In fact, I look forward to rehearsals as much as I do the concert.
Well, we have rehearsal tonight is actually why we're here at St. Mark's Church.
cheer to neighbors far and wide, a carol of the seasons for all who here abide.
Set for us a table full of hearty Christmas fare. Sing with us a carol we bless celebration there.
The joy continue and to all your family too. And God bless you and send you a happy new year. And God send you a happy new year.
Here we come.
A caroling among the leaves of green. God bless the master of this house, likewise the mistress too, and all the little children that round the table
Here we come a caroling, here we come a caroling.
Here we come a caroling, here we come a
So Bob, you have been a member of the Neponset Choral Society for a long time, a past president a couple times over, and you also know the history of this fine organization. So maybe we can start with just how did you get here, and tell us a little bit about the history, and then we'll bring it up to current.
Okay, very briefly, it started in 1949. It was the Bird and Son Choral Club in Walpole.
The Bird and Son.
Bird and Son, because Bird and Son is the name of the asphalt shingle company that sponsored the Choral Society.
Just as the Green Bay Packers used to be.
Whatever.
Yeah.
So Len Weaver was the research director at Bird and Son, and he always had a passion for music. He was the director, and he became fast friends with Hole Bowditch, former chief engineer at the Foxborough company. And Hole was also a musician, and his wife Mary was an accomplished pianist, and they formed a collaboration that led to the emergence of a choral society that actually did not only choral music in the fall, but a stage musical in the springtime. And we used to do Gilbert and Sullivan regularly, and then that evolved into doing Gilbert and Sullivan one year and a Broadway musical the next year. And we kept on going, and in 1974 we incorporated, and Hole Bowditch became the first president of the society. And we've been led by a team of people, a group of officers that we elect every year, and it's worked very well. And I'd say this is what we are today. We've become a choral society because we realized the energy it took to do stage shows was so much, and we had actually spawned a group out of us called Actors Collaborative. So when that happened, we decided that we would become a pure choral society, and that was 1991 when that happened.
That's really interesting because that Actors Collaborative, I believe, is part of the Orpheum Theater history, and from there, in the Neponset Choral Society was part of their grand opening back in 1994, I believe.
That's correct. And Neil Colvin and Linda Colvin were the founders of the Orpheum. They purchased the Orpheum, they turned it into a performing arts theater. But Neil had performed with us in the Neponset Choral Society, as had his wife Linda. And they were both very much into music. Linda was she loved both the choral singing and the stage musicals. Neil loved the musicals. So that was why the Orpheum was a perfect venue for that takeoff.
And a perfect venue also for concerts and music. But you perform, and St. Mark's has such great acoustics, and having attended the concerts in the past, it's a great venue for the Choral Society. So the Choral Society is a nonprofit organization. It was incorporated in '74. So as a nonprofit, you're really looking at a couple concerts, which is really what generates your revenue. Is that correct?
That's correct, yes. So, I mean, our budget is a little under $40,000 a year, and that's split between 2 concerts. So it's not, we're not a small-time operation in that sense. You know, it takes dollars to make things move.
Very professional. And sitting to your left, either yours right, is Linda Julianation.
Hello, Bob. Nice to meet you.
Yes, thank you so much for taking the time also. So how did you get involved with the society?
A long time ago, I had a friend, a dear friend, whose name was Catherine Moen, who for a long time was the choral director here at Neponset Choral Society. And when she was hired to do the directorship, she asked me whether I would be willing to be the pianist. And I happily agreed to be the pianist and have been here ever since. Kathy left, of course, lots of years ago. In the interim, we've had Michael Turner, several interim directors, and for the last 5 years, we've had Chris, which is a delight to all of us. He makes rehearsals fun, he makes them entertaining, he gets me to giggle, and then he laughs at me. But it's been a really rewarding relationship between the directors and the pianist, who is me, and the Choral Society itself.
So as the pianist, is there a particular genre of music that you're most comfortable playing? Are there challenges that come up that you have to work through? I mean, what is it like in the life of a pianist for a society like this?
There's always challenges, and there's always music that you love sometimes, and music that you think, oh God. But mostly it's music in different genres, written by different composers or arranged by different people, where in Chris's case, because I can speak for the last 5 years as well, beautifully, tastefully programmed, well thought out, well conceived in terms of the structure of the programming, and basically fun to play.
Fantastic. So it sounds like you're really enjoying your position here. And part of, I suppose, any volunteer opportunity or any position is that you have to really enjoy, you have to feel a passion for what it is that you're doing. What is it that really is the passion here? What is it that you find to be the challenge and the reason why you keep coming back year after year?
Well, I'm going to answer that first, and then I'm going to let Bob answer it. I have several jobs, and I'm sure everyone in the chorus who loves to sing has a main job for which they are paid. And some days go well, and some days don't go so well. And no matter how bad the day is at work, when you come here on Monday and you sit down and you enjoy each other's company and you enjoy making music together, within about 8 bars of the beginning of the rehearsal, you relax and you are enjoying the aesthetic of what we begin to create.
That's probably the highest compliment of any organization that can be paid, no matter what the type of grouping is, that it's something that you really enjoy, and every time you come back you can lose yourself in that organization.
Yeah.
So I can say that Chris is a singer by profession, and he understands this instrument called the voice. And he has really, I think, helped all of us to better understand how we can make our voices better, how we can create maybe range of pitches that we hadn't achieved before. He can sing soprano, if you ever listen to him.
Really?
And he can come down to the deepest bass notes. So anybody that has that broader range clearly understands voice. And if you embrace his concepts for how to warm up, how to try things, you can learn things that you never thought were possible to do.
You know, it sounds like a great range. I have a range too.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, see where when your finger's on C, okay, it's the 2 sharps above it. That's my range.
That's
it?
It's very impressive, very impressive.
Very extensive.
So let's, we're going to take a second now. We're going to listen to a piece from some people who do know how to sing.
Here we come a-caroling, here we come a-caroling, here we come a-caroling,
it's a nice thing when the group comes together and is able to put it all together for a concert. And I know we have a concert coming up on December 9th and December 10th here at St. Mark's Episcopal Church on South Street. So why don't we get into it a little bit? Give us a few nuts and bolts about what it is that we as a paying customer, it's only $18 in advance, $20 at the door, can expect when we come to the concert.
Absolutely. So each concert season we try to revolve it around a theme. This one is obviously Celebrate the Season, so we are doing more traditional holiday music, but we always pick stuff with a little bit of a twist. So when we do Sleigh Ride, it's not the exact sleigh ride you're expecting, so you think you can sing along, and then we kind of throw you a curveball. But they're all a lot of fun. And we do that on purpose to expose the singers to new genres and new types of arrangements, and so that they also have to have like their sight reading chops get moving, and so that they can not get stale with what they would consider a traditional carol. We kind of mix it up and try to keep it interesting for ourselves and the audience. So you'll see a lot of that. You'll think you'll know the pieces, and then when we start, you'll be like, oh, that's a little different than I was expecting, which is what we're hoping for.
I suppose that's the mark of any good director, to make it fresh and keep people guessing a little bit, but make it familiar enough to where you're not losing.
Exactly. You can sing along for a little bit, and then we'll throw you a curveball and we'll take the lead for you.
So in the it's the Celebrate the Season concert.
Yeah.
Who chose the arrangements? Who made the decisions?
So I give my proposal, and then I offer my program to Linda for her thoughts and opinions, and then we take it from there. We have a wonderful member, a volunteer on the board who does the music, so she, Nancy Messick, so she takes care of all the ordering, and she puts the packets together for the singers on the first day. So it starts way back in April, and we pick the pieces for the whole year, and then we're ready to go in September.
Okay. And you don't live here in Foxborough?
I do not. I currently live in Boston. I lived in Walpole for a while. That's when I first started. I lived in Walpole. And then I got a new position in a district a little bit further away, so I moved out, but I love my Monday nights, so I make sure to get here.
I was just going to say, it's got to be a true love of doing it if you're going to make the trek all the way from Boston back to Foxborough.
Oh yeah, every week, no problem. I love it. Yeah, it's what I look forward to. It's my teaching moments now. I was a music teacher for 9 years, and now I'm an administrator, so this is my musical outlet, and I get to teach. The kids are a little older, but it's still the same.
Well, the kids are sounding great in the snippets that we've heard thus far. And of course, folks who are at home who are looking to create some holiday memories, maybe the Neponset Choral Society is the place you want to go. So you can pick up tickets by going to www.ncschorus.org, Neponset Choral Society, chorus.org. You can click on the button to pick up tickets through their Eventbrite site, or you can call Carolyn Good at 508-404-4753. I almost was able to get through that without cheating and looking at my notes, but not quite. I'm not that good yet. So as we wrap up this holiday commercial, if you will, this PSA for a wonderful concert, what is it that if I'm telling folks at home, hey, we got to go see this, why?
You have to go see it, just because not only will we get you in the Christmas spirit right away, but it's a great afternoon out or evening out. You should bring the whole family. It's all family-friendly pieces, and you are going to leave humming a lot of those tunes, even the ones you didn't know before, and you're going to see 60 people smiling from ear to ear for a good hour and a half.
That's great. And as we know, St. Mark's is accessible, so it's easy to get. There's plenty of parking here. So it's a phenomenal venue for folks to come to. Bob, I got to ask the question, what is it that keeps you coming back year after year?
I just love it. I love to sing, and I love having Chris and Linda as our leaders, and I love singing with people. You know, it's good. And one thing that I've noticed is that many people who join us have actually been sitting in the audience at a concert, and then they say, this is something I've always wanted to do, and they show up at the next concert.
It's a great motivator to see something wonderful happening, isn't it?
It is.
So I have to ask the question, what if somebody at home, and it's not me, but what if somebody at home wanted to join the society? How would they go about that?
Oh, we would welcome anybody. This is too late, of course, for this winter season, but we start the first Monday after the first of the year, and there are 2 open rehearsals that people can attend if they want to try and join the chorus. We welcome them all. They can try it, and then if they decide they're going to stay, then there's a membership fee that they have to pay, and they have to buy their music, but they're more than welcome to come and join us anytime. Well, usually twice a year. First before the first of the September auditions, and then at the end of the Christmas season, at the beginning of the new year.
Well, thank you so much, and Linda, Jolie Nage, and Bob McGregor, thank you so much for taking the time to share your passion and how exciting it is that you're here, and also how much excitement can be had by attending and maybe even participating. So I'm going to ask you to get the final word in, but before we do that, I'm of course going to remind everybody that this Saturday, December 9th at 7:30 p.m. and Sunday, December 10th at 2:30 p.m. At St. Mark's Episcopal Church here on South Street in Foxborough, you can come to the Neponset Choral Society's winter concert, and that's Celebrate the Season. $18 in advance, $20 at the door, certainly reasonable. It's a great venue, wonderful acoustics, and a super group. Check out their website at www.ncschorus.org for more information. So, Chris,
Yes.
you get the last word.
I get the last word. Wonderful. I hope to see everyone at the concert. It's a group of wonderful people making wonderful music. It's a great community. We hope that you will join us and then maybe even sing with us. That would be wonderful as well. So come check us out.
And what a great message, because it is the holiday season. I have, from first-hand experience, enjoyed the wonderful music, and I hope that you will take the time this holiday season to enjoy it yourself. They deserve your support, and you deserve to have a wonderful day out at a great price, and also to support a good cause. On behalf of all the volunteers at Foxborough Cable Access, I want to thank you for taking the time to watch our remote shoot at St. Mark's Episcopal Church, and thank you to St. Mark's for hosting us, and to the Neponset Choral Society for opening their hearts and voices to us as we share the season with you. I hope to see you again here on our program real soon. Until next time, Foxborough, have a great evening. Take care.